What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Msss Anomalies channel. Guys, I just checked out a video that my buddy Will of What's Up in the Sky 37 did, and it was called the Apollo 10 Mystery. And I think he had it lunar clouds /base/gas. So he's trying to figure out what this anomaly is that they have in this Apollo 10 picture. And I think it's really unique, and I'm glad he did it, because here's the thing. I've got a folder on my external hard drive, one of my external hard drives, and I've got this particular picture in there, had it on the back burner. Now, you guys know I've been all over these most recent, pictures of Curiosity rover. So I've been trying to bring those to you and try to bounce back a little bit back and forth between moon stuff and all kinds of things like that. But anyway, I'm glad he did this picture because I'm going to show you something that's pretty bizarre. And if you doubt anything that's on this moon, this may change your mind. At first, when I looked at these anomalies, I did two areas. He points out two areas, but I do one that he's kind of covered and then one that I saw that just kind of stuck out for me. Now, this is the picture that you get. This one right here. And you can, come on, look at this thing. Now, some people said maybe it's just an artifact in the picture. Is it something that's maybe the way the sunlight's hitting the lens? And guys, that's all a good possibility. I got no argument with that. But what I'm going to show you is going to disprove this. Meaning, it may just be a manipulation to hide what's really here. But NASA made a small mistake. Well, quite large if you want to go with, if you want to look at it this way after I show you this thing. Okay, so even when you jump into this picture, and I'm kind of glad he pointed this out because, guys, I'm all for any kind of lines, 90-degree angles, perfect circles, things you wouldn't maybe typically see in nature or anything like that. But he did point out like he's pointing out what looked like, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like these little structures of something inside this picture. Now, this manipulation software, I've already done this. I've already done a video on this particular picture, but here's the problem. I was using Photoshop, and I was also using, and I compared it with GIMP 2.8. GIMP seemed to have a little less grayscaling. So I'm trying this. I'm attempting to do this again. Hopefully, it'll come out all right. If it seems grayscale, don't worry about it. It may clear up because it seemed like it was better. I did a comparison video, and I could tell it was better. But anyway, he pointed out the lines. Stuff like this here. You got two lines right here running over here. He pointed out what's up here, up on the top of this flat mountain, wannabe I call it, but he made a good point. He said there may be like a base kind of thing inside the crater of this. Now, he may not be too far off in this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because what I'm about to show you could very well not be far-fetched at all. But anyway, this right here turns out to something more bizarre. I actually thought it was some kind of tower laying on the ground. And the reason why I say this, look at the way this line runs. Comes up over to here, comes down over to here, but it actually comes down here, and it actually comes over to here, and has this small, what looked like, it could be an antenna kind of thing sticking out. Now, this may be grayscale, but, bear with me on this, because I'm going to jump to the other one right now. Okay, so let's jump to this one here. Now, I've got this green goofy line in there. It's probably because I circled this at one point, or I should say squared it off to enhance this particular part of the picture. Now, there you go. So anyway, let's jump into it. And guys, like I said, this was bizarre. Listen, if you're a skeptic, and I'm a big-time skeptic. If I can't see something or at least back it up, then to me it just makes no sense. In other words, I want to see it. I want to analyze it. I want to get up in this thing. Now, can we prove what this stuff is? Absolutely not. Come on. People are like, it's just speculation, you guys just pulling the stuff out of your rear end. Well, speculation I'll go with, but pulling it out of my rear end, no. I see these shapes. Now, some people may see it, some people may not. I don't know. Let's get on with it. Okay. First thing I do is equalize this whole picture, because you'll see something here. Something right here faintly. You can see it's actually rounded. But now let's do this. Let's just equalize it and see what we can pull out. Okay. Now, you can actually see the form of this thing starting to pop out. Okay. And there's something right here. There's like a round disc type thing. Okay. Now let's blur it up a little bit and do a little bit more blur. Okay. Now we're going to do a little sharpening just to kind of pop it out just a hair bit. Now this is what I found really bizarre about this. I'm going to zoom in just a hair bit. I'm going to go to 300%. That's quite a bit of zoom. Check this thing out, guys. This is what I thought was really bizarre. Not only does it have features on it, there's something. At first I thought it was a tower. Like I said, look at this. The top part of it looked like it was standing up right here, just went and just fell over. Well, because it has something protruding out of the top of it. You would think, maybe it's a cell site tower, meaning I'm relating to what we see here on Earth. So you look at a cell site tower or any kind of like power tower, like power line tower, things like that. Now, I'm not saying that's what this is. I'm saying that's what the way it appeared when I first saw it. And you can see where it comes down. But then after I looked at this thing, I went, wait a minute, hold on a minute. First of all, there's some details on here that just scream intelligently made. Look at the way this, it's like it ends over here, or at least appears to be. Comes down, goes across, goes all the way up to here, and you can see where it comes up right here and comes right here. Top of it, look at the features on this thing. It has like this weird, I don't know what this thing is coming out of it. But there's a square opening here, round circles. Looks like an inlet. Look, almost like if it was like an inlet to like an engine type thing. I don't know. I'm just speculating, of course. But this right here on top of it. Now this is what's bizarre. It actually has like a painted stripe on this thing. Look how perfect this thing is. It just comes over to here, and it looks like it drops on the side of it. What does that in nature, guys? I mean, come on. Look at this right here. It actually has like another stripe or some kind of weird thing right here. You can't really pull it out right here, but there's actually a round circle on top. And then I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is something laying in front of this or this is part of this. But to me, this clearly looks like some kind of craft. And like I said, I thought it was a tower that had fallen over, you know, and I'm going, wait a minute, that looks like something really odd to me. It looks like some kind of a craft. Now, you know, some people go, well, I'm really not seeing it, and that's fine, because some people see this stuff and some people don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just some people have a knack for seeing these lines and these things popping out. This has this round disc type thing laying on the ground. And it has like it, well, it'd be a little hard to see this because it is kind of whited out, but let me see something here. Let me just see if we can, right here. And it has this weird thing on the top, almost like this, like a teardrop shape almost, but it has this almost symmetrical design, like a smooth V. And then there's another one here, but you can't see it. But there's also, if you guys, now I know a lot of you guys are hardcore, and you guys are going to want to jump into this picture, so I hope you really do, because seriously, you're going to find, and this, I'm only showing you a tiny tidbit of this, guys, because there's plenty to see on this picture. In this picture, there's just tons of it. Look at this right here. There looks like there's something right here next to it. Something pretty large right here. It slopes down, goes across. Then it looks like it's either broken apart or something, or it just kind of ends right here. But there's something goes straight up, straight across on the bottom, and slants up this way, and then it's got the whole top of it. And then there's a disc type thing right here. Now, you may not see it too good in here, and that's okay, because if you guys manipulate your own, you will see this better. Because these, and I don't care what manipulation you use, somehow you get some kind of picture degradation that's going to happen. First of all, I'm downloading the pictures, you know, and then I'm going to upload it. It's in a manipulation software, so on and so forth. Now, another thing I want to show you guys, look to the right at the top here, just at the top, look at this oval opening, and it has two exact shapes coming out of it. See that? 1, 2, and then it goes down like this, and goes down into here, and then down into this. I was like, what does that? And there's another thing here that's really kind of goofy right here. Check this thing out. It has like this round top right here, something at the top of it. It goes off this way, comes down, slopes down. 1, 2, something goes over to here. It has a flat base to it. And then it comes down over here. It actually sees like this, you get to see like this piece coming down. I don't know if it's like a ramp kind of thing, but it comes down and goes into a bigger area. Just check this stuff out, guys. Look at this. It goes across, down, or across here. Comes down here. Look at this. I mean, come on. Now, there's a lot of what I call digital spaghetti in these pictures. Wow. I was going to say particular pictures. I kind of added the two words. But anyway, what they do is they just kind of like take this stuff and just throw it on top of certain sections they want to blot out. So you got to look in between this spaghetti crap or this stuff just laying around in these pictures, because it happens in Mars too. It's all over the ground in there too. I find it hard to believe that these are all something, but you can clearly see, just look at shapes. You can just see them just right there. Look at this thing right here. It looks like a cover off to something right here. It's got this round area, and it has this 1, 2, 3 coming down. It looks like something's like coming off the top of it, I mean, if you will. Goes across. It looks like it has this weird shape of a cross right here, and it's some kind of, looks like a large cylindrical thing right here. I don't know. I mean, guys, this just goes on and on. You guys can spend hours on this picture. Let's just put it that way. But this, to me, I even color this thing a little bit, go a little darker, so you guys can check this out yourself. It just has this perfect stripe on it, and then goes down the side. It has, like I said, it looks like it has an inlet. It looks, just look at the shape and the details of this thing. This is clearly not a mountain ridge or anything of that sort. This is definitely, somehow, to me, it just shows intelligently made. Look at right down here. You'll see things down here. In fact, I'm going to go back to this right here. Right here. There's something right there. Now, that might be just artifacts of that, but look at this right here. Square. Has another base to it type thing, and this thing's coming straight down from it. There's a bunch of things inside this manipulation, and that's what you got to pull out. This stuff is just bizarre. I mean, but me, personally, this is some kind of craft of some sort laying right here. Giant ship of some sort. Now, watch this. Just bring it down. Just look at the lines in this thing and just the details. You have got to be kidding me. Round circle, square. Something coming off this. I don't know if that's going into this pot over here. You can see something smooth coming over here, and there's like this area. I couldn't tell you, but to me, this, like I said, it looks like some kind of weird craft. Okay, let's jump to the next part. Now, I did show you, well, I'll point out, what he's already done already up here. Now, when you guys get a chance, I'm not going to go over this because I did this in my last video. I don't want to make this too long. But if you guys check this area out, this is not what intrigued me. What intrigued me was what's behind it, because right here there's a line. Right here goes down. Now, watch this. This line keeps going, man. It goes all the way down. These some of the tunnels that people have seen, and I have in my video, one of my videos, right here. Goes all the way down, just keeps going. I mean, this thing is crazy. And there's a lot of manipulation. This is a big piece of crap, to be honest with you, this picture. But you'll see something right here. It has like this bullet-shaped object right here with some kind of round circle on it. It has two arches. There's one here, and there's something that's connected to it, or it's part of. But you'll see tons of this stuff. But that's not what I want to get to. Something else jumped out at me, and I wanted to show you guys this. Let me go back down here. Okay. Something else that looked like, to me at first, looked like some sort of the base of the crater. Like the floor of the crater itself. But let me see if I can find those little things that jumped out at me here, and you guys will see this in a minute yourself. Right here. There's something right here, and something right here. They're running parallel with each other. Okay? Now, let me see if I can find this here. Okay. There's something right there, and I think there's another set over here. This is the one that really got me thinking, right here. This is the one that really stood out. 1, 2. What does that in nature? Okay. That's the questions you got to ask yourself. It doesn't matter if you guys agree or disagree what this stuff is. You have to ask yourself, is this naturally made or naturally occurring? Get a little drink here. Okay. Now, this, it looked like the floor. Here's the crater wall. And it looked like the floor of the crater. At first glance, yes. But when I started to enhance this picture, I was like, whoa, hold on a minute. Because you actually have to invert this to see this a little bit better. Now, okay. Now, I just equalized, and I'm showing you the steps you can take to do this yourself. Now, I didn't have to go any further than this, but I looked at this. Look at this. Line, goes in, goes across, comes back out, goes over to here. Now, you can't really make this out too much, but right here it stops again, goes around. It looks like it stops again right here. Perfectly even with this one. Comes around, it's kind of circular. Goes back in, just like this side does. Goes across, goes back out, and goes over to here. It's been purposely shaped. This is something here. Now, let's blur it up. Okay. Look at the shape of this thing. This is clearly not natural. Like I said, it goes in. It does the same thing here. It goes over to here. Goes back out. Comes back out over here. There's something coming out of the side, or, yeah, it would be the side of the inside of this crater. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3 separations right on top of it. There appears to be multiple level things inside this. If you look right here, there's actually something comes down, drops down here. Comes over to here, drops down here. Comes over to here, terminates right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen it, and then I'm going to invert this thing. Now, keep in mind, you have to keep your head to the left to actually see this, because it's not flat, you know what I mean? Okay. So, before I do that, there's something else I wanted to show you guys, and I don't know if you'll see this, but because I'm hoping this thing's not too grayscaled. Where did it go? Right here. Look at this large pipe or something coming out of this right here. comes down, goes into this round, looks like some kind of cylindrical thing with two wheels or two round things. But look at this, comes off, comes down into this. If you look at, just pay attention, you get to think beyond the mess. And if you look under here, there's some kind of white thing going like this. It looks like it has some kind of like rounded corner to this and goes down. But then you see like other things like on top of it. See like there's something rectangular right there shaped. There's a lot of fine details you got to pay attention to. And that's what I'm getting at. Now, we already equalized. We've done the sharpening. Now let's invert this because I want to show you this because this is what puzzled me. Not only did I show you the shape of this thing, you can just see it like it looks like, look at this. Okay? So like I said, just keep your head to the left. I know it's going to kind of hurt your head there, but now I'm thinking, okay, if this is some kind of structure or whatever, why is it dark here but lightened underneath? Okay, this is the reason why I invert. Now watch this. All right, now I'm looking at this thing. I'm going, oh my God, look at this thing. Are you kidding me? Check this out. This thing comes down, drops down, right here. It has this weird opening thing to whatever this is. You can actually see it runs back here. So whatever that is, that may be part of the structure. This, I don't know what this part is. Look, it actually has looked like a tunnel, like this squared off tunnel type thing. Real gray, but it's right there. Going across. Now, you may not see it very clearly in here. That's okay. Because here's the thing. I'm trying to point these things out so you guys can check these things out for yourself. Because it will not be as grayscaled or as it will be clearer than what I'm doing. Because you do get, like I said, you do get picture degradation. So, all right. Then it runs all the way down to here and stops right here. But right here curves down and goes downward. Now, check this out. Again, the shapes of it. Okay. Goes over to here, goes around, comes over to here, does the same thing this side does, has this step in, does the same thing out there, goes around like this one's doing, got this kind of round curvature thing, comes back in like this side does, and goes across, and then goes back outward and over to here. Same thing on this side. That can't be by nature. That can't be... Now, I don't know if this is like ruins of some kind of base of something like that. But check this out. Now I'm going to equalize it again, try to bring it out just here a bit, and then colorize it. Okay, the reason why I colorize it is because sometimes it brings out stuff that you wouldn't typically see. But I'm going to jump back just a step. Now look at this too. Look at these faint lines, but right here, goes like this here, goes across, goes all the way around, and goes in the front and is shaped. The bottom of this is shaped the same way the top is. Right here. And it looks like they didn't take this part out. You can actually see something coming down. Has this almost a 90-degree angle right there, and there's another one on the other side. So whatever this is, it was, whoops, my bad. Whatever this is, it's perfectly shaped the same way on the bottom of the base of this thing on the ground as it is on the top of this. Is this some kind of canopy or some kind of weird thing that goes underground, and that's how they get into it? I don't know. Speaking of underground, look at over here to the right. Has this weird squaring off right here, and it looks like kind of weird road thing, and when you guys check this out yourself, you will see this clearer. But you can see that it looks like there's multiple things. Are these some kind of weird vehicles or some kind of things that travel on the ground and go into this tunnel? I don't know. Look at this right here. Coming across. Looks like some kind of weird tunneling. And it has these rectangular slits, like kind of openings or windows or something like that right there. There's a ton of things to see in this picture, guys. I mean, it gets more and more bizarre every time you look at it. Look at this. There's something underneath this. Underneath this giant, whatever this is, looks like a rooftop. Look at the top. Speaking of rooftop, look at this right here. Looks like some kind of antenna or something standing out of it, out of the base of it. Has these other things that go up and then come back down. Another one that comes up, comes back down. There's something else standing off. I mean, just take a look at this picture. It's ungodly, guys. Right here, it has these weird two little openings, and then underneath it has this 1, 2, 3 slots, like there's sections off of a building of some sort. There's just straight lines all up in here, like there's definitely some kind of structure. And then when I colorize it, like I said, I try to use the color that best brings out the shapes, or at least the different tones of these objects or whatever they are. To me, it clearly is something of some large structure. Look at it yourself. Tell me what you guys think. I'm going to back out just a hair bit, because sometimes it's too much in your face kind of thing. But this cannot be an accident. Or just the way this thing is shaped. If you were to fly over this thing, it would probably look like perfectly shaped on both sides. You can see where it goes out, and then back in, comes back out, goes around, comes back out, goes around. And look at the way this, there's no way this is just mere coincidence. There's no way this is just a simple rock or a structure. It just doesn't happen like that. Look at this. Like I said, it looks like this weird tunnel is coming out of the ground right here. And then goes into whatever this is. Oh my God, it's insane, guys. And when you really look at this stuff, here's another thing. Look at this right here. What is that? I'm going to jump back in. It looks like an upside down pipe is what it looks like. You know, like if people smoke pipes. Look at this right here. Goes up in here and goes into another cylindrical thing. Goes into this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's squared off. What is this stuff? Even when I go back, you can still see what looks like some kind of weird thing going into a pipe. And it has this weird shape on here. And it's hard to tell whether this is a manipulation or if it is actually an object. But you can clearly see there's something in here. I don't know. But this was like really vague to see, but you can actually pull this thing out. I mean, it's there. You guys can tell me what you think. I mean, I'm looking at, and this is just like this is just a tip of the iceberg in this picture. There is tons to see. You guys want to keep yourself busy. You guys are moon enthusiasts. Even if you're skeptics, by all means, check this stuff out yourself. Because I'm going to tell you what, this is clearly not just naturally made. It's not just a natural lunar surface. There's too many different shapes and sizes and, just naturally made shapes. And they're not natural. They're just, there's intelligently made shapes here. And they just don't make any sense. So give it a look. Tell me what you guys think. I thought that was really bizarre. And it's, like I said, is it stuff that's in ruins? It's just been laying there for years. And, you know, you could just see the stuff just dangling off of it, just junk just laying around. I mean, like I said, look at the fine lines right here. Goes like this to the corner. Comes around and gets rounded off here in the front. I don't know, guys. Take a look. I'm going to back out of this picture here. Go back to 100%. And there it is. Right there. Stuff sticking out. This little corridor type thing. It looks like a squared off corridor coming off. Right there. Into here. Tell me. I mean, you look at this right here and then look at this. And then let's go to the way this thing looked. You would be none the wiser. Totally skip right over this. The only thing that caught my eye wasn't that. It was these two things right here. And I still don't know what those are. But clearly you can see them running just like this. And that's not the only one because I showed you another one right here. But that might be just a manipulation. But these are running in parallel. This thing here goes from all the way over here. Look at this. All the way down. It goes all the way up and keeps going. Are these tunnel systems? Are they something else? Or is it just manipulation? Or is this ridge? Mountain ridge? Don't know. But, like I said, let me know what you guys think, man. I just wanted to do this real quick. Like I said, let me bring this back down. Will did this picture. Well, he did this particular picture, and I'm glad he did because this thing here is just flat out bizarre. I mean, that's the only way to describe this. Oh, right here. Because I'm a little too zoomed in. Right there. Go back. Right there. Let me just back out. I'm at 400%. Right there. That clearly, to me, does not look like a mountain ridge. It looks like some kind of large craft or something sitting right on the lunar surface. I mean, it just, that's all there is to it. Go back in. I wanted to try to, sometimes by using the color, you can get some of the really bright areas out so that it doesn't really hurt your eyes and you can actually see the shape of this thing a little bit better. And that's what it's all about. And again, I look at this oval shaped thing coming right here. This looks like there's two, like perfectly shaped, like dual pipes coming out of the ground. Is that natural? I don't know. To me, it's not. I mean, that's all there is to it. And like I said, this up here. And you'll notice this a little bit more when you guys do it yourself. Look at that. That clearly is not. Look at the way this goes up. It's like right here, up, goes across, back down, goes over to here. These are not just strictly just lunar rocks or mountains. It just can't be. There's no way. I mean, is our eyes playing tricks with us? Is that possible? I don't think so on this one, guys. But take a look. Let me know what you think. And we'll see what we can find. But there you go. That's what it looked like when we first checked this out. So let me jump back out. There it is. Again, guys, give me your take on it. I thought that was really incredible. As far as I'm glad Will did this because, like I said, guys, and the thing I gave him nothing but props, because he did this particular picture. And like I said, I had this myself, but never thought about doing it because I just had it on the back burner. So I'm glad he did it. And to be honest with you guys, I said this before. He's the reason why I started doing these pitches. So kudos to him. I'm glad he's been doing it and trying to bring this stuff to you guys. And that's what this is all about. Getting the truth. I hope we get a lot more people doing this stuff and bringing the truth out because now we can analyze these things ourselves. And that's what my channel's all about. Whether you agree with me or not is really not the most ultimately bottom line. The ultimate thing for me is, again, is it natural occurring? And if it is, what's it doing on the moon? Just like the things I see on Mars. What are they doing on Mars? It's not supposed to be nothing there. But clearly there's things on these planets and moons. So you guys give me your take on it as always. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You'll stay apprised of what videos are coming up. And yeah, I mean, just check them out. Just hit the like button because, like I said, it just shows me you guys are really getting into these things and you're following right along, which you guys are great. I'm glad to have this many subscribers because to me, that's what it's all about. There's more people that think the way I do. And, just trying to find the truth and find out why these strange anomalies are on, whether the planets, the moons, whatever they are. That's what it's all about, guys. But anyway, once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next pick.